Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I've got the last, unless I buy more, of the Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes, and this is the Gemstone palette. Now this palette was the one I was a bit apprehensive about doing two looks using, because I knew I was going to have to bring in a couple of like matte shades, a couple of extra shades that I could just make it look more grounded. So say for this one I used 2 extra eyeshadows but 3 colours from the palette, so I tried to only use 1 or 2 depending on the colour scheme I was going for, because it's a all shimmer palette. Now it's great in conjunction with the other palettes, like with this palette and the Electric Obsessions. It's great because the Electric Obsessions has all your bright colours and a lot of mattes. I think there's 3 shimmers or something like that in that one, or this with the smoky palette because you've got your deeper darker shades and your blending colours, those kind of ones, and then the corals will warm all of these colours up, so they pretty much work really well together. That's why I got 4 of them together, and that's why I only bring those 4 away on holidays with me now, unless I need like my eyebrow colour or a highlighting colour, like a brow highlight colour or an inner corner highlight colour, whatever. But generally for eyeshadows wise, I brought these 4 away with me, and that was good. I did not need any more colours. I didn't need the pigments that I brought as well, because I like to bring everything that I have apparently. So yeah, back to this palette. This is how it looks on the inside. So you've got an odd mix, I would say, of the colours. There is a beautiful emerald green, a bright cobalty royal blue, a bright purple, a slightly smokier purple, a rust which I have on today, a copper which I also have on today. You've got this pink duochrome, it's like a light nude with a pink duochrome, also have on in my inner corner. This one actually has inner corner highlights, so I am quite happy with this one. This one up here is like a pink with a green duochrome on it once it's actually on the skin, and then this last one is like a pink with a violet duochrome. So a couple of duochromes, quite fun, nice to add in all the other shades of the other palettes. One thing I will say about this palette is some of the colours, like say this top one here and the smokier purple, for me they don't seem as pressed as they possibly could be. That could be why they're so smooth and soft when they go on, but they don't feel as like pressed in, so I'm a bit worried that they might break on me. But that's just me. I do have like crumbly bits around the outside just because they're quite soft. When you're using them, a lot comes off. You don't need much at all. But these are all shimmers, and as we've seen in all the other palettes, the shimmers have been amazing. So I really like this palette. I do. Yeah, I think it's really nice, but like I said, I did have to pull in a few other shades to go with this palette. So let's get on with the swatches. I'm going to do them on my arm like I did all the others, and we're going to go row by row, right to left, my right to my left, and we'll see how they all look. Okay, so if you see me looking down, I have a mirror here that's kind of reflecting up onto my arm so I can see, because I can't see that far away. Even this is too far away from me because I'm blind. So I can see where I'm putting my swatches so I don't overlap them. Yeah, so let's get on with it. We're going to start with this first shade up in the right hand corner, my right hand corner. So this one is like a pink with a slightly green duochrome. I'm just kind of pressing my finger over a couple of times. I'm not rubbing. Don't rub these eyeshadows when you're touching them with your finger, because they will come out a lot. I would always just press. But this I think is probably my favourite colour in the palette. I have some red staining on my arm, by the way, if you're wondering what that is. It's lipstick, basically. Story of a makeup artist. But this is like a pink with a green duochrome is the best way I can describe it to you. You can kind of see it there. It's just like, it's so pretty. It's so pretty on the inner corner. It's so interesting looking on the inner corner, but it doesn't take away from any other colour you're going to have on your eye, so it's really cool. So yeah, that's the first one. The next one then we're going to take is this one. This is quite crumbly now, so just a few presses of it. This reminds me of MAC's Stars and Rockets, but if Stars and Rockets was on acid, because it's like hyper shine, if you can see that. It's just really, I don't know, it's like a pink with a slightly blue duochrome too, so it makes it look like a violet. It's very cool, very, very cool. And then the last shade is this emerald green. Now this, I don't think I've used this yet as of right now, but I will be using it in my next look. I haven't like played around with this properly, but it's such a nice colour. It's like a green with like a slight silvery shine to it. It's just so pretty. Great in a smoky eye. If you want to do a coloured smoky eye and do like a green smoky eye, that would look amazing. So yeah, that's how that one looks. Okay, on to the second row. So this one here is the one that gives me the most anxiety because it's the most crumbly. Gorgeous colour, but just the most crumbly. A lot comes off. You're kind of almost pressing it back in as you're trying to get it up on your finger. So it looks like this. Look how shiny they are. Like, they're so shiny. So this one, they're like all foiled. That's the only way I can really describe how they look. All foiled. Also a great one for a purple smoky eye because it is slightly deeper. It's slightly more muted purple rather than really bright violet purple or grape purple. It's a little bit more muted, more mauvey. So great in a smoky eye. And then the next shade is the more brighter grapey purple. This one's not as like loosely packed as the other purple, but it's just like, can you deal? Look at that. Look at that. That's so pretty. They're just so nice. It kind of has a slight pink tinge off it, but it's a purple. So it's almost like a magenta. So I love, love, love that. And then the last one of this row is another colour that I have on my eye. It's this coppery, it's not really copper, it's more rust because it's more red. And the other shade is more coppery. This one here, looks like that. And I have that on my like outer half of my lid here. So that's kind of how it looks like when it's on the skin, like with a brush. I just use a flat brush. It's fab. Great for blue eyes. Great for green eyes, Jesus. Great for green eyes. But yeah, love it. Okay, and then the last row, we're going into the copper. So I have this on the inner half of my lid. And this one, more, I would say, sparkly. Still a foiled effect, but a lot more sparkly. I noticed when I was in work today, in different lighting, I could see sparkles coming off my eyes. Not coming off, but like reflecting off my eyes. So that one is a little bit more sparkly. Yeah, it's really nice. It just is. It's a copper. It's so pretty. It has a very, very, very soft pink duochrome. Very soft pink duochrome. It's not a pink duochrome, but it does have that element in it, so it's still a really nice colour. The next one is a pink duochrome. It's this middle shade. I have this on my inner tear duct area. And this one, it's like that nude with a pinky peachy duochrome. If you can see. It's so pretty. Great on the inner corner. Great as a cheek highlighter if you like a duochrome highlighter. I know you don't really want to use these because they're quite small as highlighters, but if you were stuck in a rut, you could. And then the last shade of this palette, kind of similar to the Electric Obsessions. The blue is stunning. This is more like a royal blue, where the other one was more actual blue. This has a bit more of a purple tone to it. So it looks like this. You can see the purple more when it's actually on the skin. It's like a purple base with a blue shimmer, if that makes sense. Very, very pretty. Very striking when it's on the eyes. These two look amazing together. Yeah. I have used this one and it's fab. It's absolutely fab. Okay, so as you can see, and I've told you, I really, really like this palette. It works really well, clearly. There is just some little finicky bits with it, like don't press too hard, kind of chunky. You'll need matte shades if you like to have some matte in your look. You don't have to have matte shades, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying that I do like to have one or two mattes just to help kind of ground it. Like I used for this one, you'll see in the tutorial, I used MAC's Swiss Chocolate and Soft Brown eyeshadows just to blend out the shimmer. Like I didn't make them matte, I just blended out the shimmer with those. Because I find shimmer can get a bit out of hand when you're blending it upwards. But yeah, in conjunction with the other Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. They all go really, really well together. So if you want to see how to get this look and another fun look, then keep on watching. Okay, so this is the last palette in our little series, and it's all the shimmers, obviously most difficult, so I will have to pull in one or two shades just to make a more cohesive look. But today I think I'm going to go in with the two neutral colours actually. So this kind of copper and then this rusty sort of shade, and maybe a little bit of this. This one is like a pinky duochrome, so you would have seen all this in the swatches, but thinking about those three and then leaving most of the other colours for my second look, for a brighter sort of look. So I think we'll start with this guy maybe. It's gonna be kind of simple, easy-ish look. I've already primed my eyes with Too Faced Shadow Insurance, so let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start off with the coppery shade in the corner here, and I'm just taking that on a flat brush. Normally people would use a matte in the crease or something like that, but I will do that, but just not quite yet, because I don't mind for this look the shimmers kind of blending upwards a little bit into the crease. So we're gonna pack this guy on. Gonna go bring it right across about halfway, bringing it just up as far as the crease for now, because once we use our crease colour it'll start to fade that out a little bit. And then I'm just going to do the other side. And then on the same brush, I'm going to go into the rusty shade, so this guy over here. And we're going to pop that on the outer half of the lid. So these colours are close-ish colours. This second colour is more red, the first one is more copper, it's more orangey. So they will blend really, really easy together, like no effort at all. I kind of wish that maybe either one like was more of that colour, so whether this be more red or this be more copper, just to give it a bit more difference. Let's bring that up as far as the crease as well, just stopping on my outer corner there. And then I'm going to go back into the copper, taking this on a little smudgy brush, and we're going to pop this on the inner corner. So these shimmers, they perform like all the shimmers in the other palettes. They're so nice. Really pigmented. They just kind of stick straight to the eye. You get a little bit of fall down from them, but I mean, there's very few eyeshadows that you don't get fall down from. So yeah, I just like how they go on. And then I'm just cleaning off my brush, and we're going to go into the rusty shade as well. Pop that on the outer half. So I'm not too worried about like the edges or anything like that, because I'm going to blend those out now. So here's where I feel like I need to bring in a matte or something like that, just to give us something to kind of ground the look a little bit more. I mean, obviously you could just leave it like that, put mascara and blend it at the edge a bit more and you're done. But for me, I kind of like to have a bit of dimension on the eye, so I'm going to take two more shades. The first one that I'm going to take is Swiss Chocolate from MAC. It's like this slightly red toned brown. And I'm going to take that on a MAC 221 brush. And it's just a skinny blending brush, and we're just going to rock that into the crease here. And that'll just soften out our edges. I don't want these mattes to be the focus of this look, I want it to be the shimmers, so that's kind of why I did the shimmers first, because then the shimmers will start to blend up a little bit as well. This just adds a bit of dimension. So the next shade that I'm going to use is also from MAC. It's MAC Soft Brown. This is a slightly warm brown. It's quite warm on me, so it goes really well with these colours. I'm going to take that on a 217 from MAC, and we're just going to kind of do the same thing, but just a bit closer to the edge, so we're really bringing it up nice and high. So I'm just going to conceal my under eyes with the Prolong Wear Concealer, and that'll just help make it look more clean, more tidy. Okay, so the last colour that I'm going to use in this palette for this look is this guy here. So this is like a pink duochrome. You would think these colours are very similar, but they're not. Obviously, like I said, you will see in the swatches at the beginning, but they're not. They are very, very different. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to pop that on my inner corner. This is the only palette out of the 4 that I have that has inner corner highlights. So I tend to pair this with the other palettes. I think all 4 palettes go really well together. Because you've got your warm colours with the coral, you've got your deeper, smokier colours with the smoky, obviously. Like you've got the black in there, you've got the silver, you've got the gold, you've got the taupey sort of shades and the matte browns. And then with the brights, then you've got your brights. So you could easily do a bright green smoky eye and then have some of these colours in. So I really, really think that they go well together. Okay, so the eyeshadow is pretty much done now, so what I'm going to do is do my liner, mascara, lashes, skin, lip, everything else off camera like I have in my other videos, and I'll show you what I have on my face at the end. Okay, so this is the finished look all together. So what did I do? I put my mascara on. I just used an Essence brown liner in Hot Chocolate, just on my waterline and tightlined a little bit. Lashes, I use these like individual clusters, so it's like 3 individual lashes together, so they're easier to put on. I just use a few long ones and medium ones on my eyes. What else did I use? I used this blush from MAC. This is one of the mineralized blushes in Love Me Like Me. It's a nice orangey peachy tone. And then on my highlight, actually, I used another MAC Extra Dimension highlighter. This came out at Christmas like this, but it is a permanent product normally, so mine's just quite decorative. But this is Show Gold. This has the same sort of duochrome as my inner corner highlight, so I thought it would look really cool on the cheeks and it'll tie everything in together. And then on my lips, I just use MAC's Strip Down Lip Liner, it's just brown, and the Lip Tensity lipstick in Smoked Almond, which is like a terracotta brown sort of shade. So yeah, that is everything I think that I put on my face. I don't think I used anything else. Yeah, so on to the next one. Alrighty guys, so this is the second look in our Gemstone palette, and I've already primed my eyes using the MAC 24-hour eye base. So for this look, I think we're gonna almost use all of the colours bar one purple. So I'm gonna use the green, the bluey purple, this middle bright purple, this top pink, and this top duochrome, the one with the green duochrome in it. And I think they'll go, excuse me, they'll go really nice together. And then like I said, I do have to, for this palette, pull in, for this look, 2 mattes. I'm going to use one shadow from Makeup Geek. This is Preppy. It's like a mustardy brown. Oop, dropping everything today. Mustardy brown. And the other colour is going to be an Inglot. This is a matte. This is 340. And it's a really, really deep green. So they're going to be on the outer corner because I'm going to put the green beside those, the shimmery green, and the purpley blue on the inside. And then the lower lash line's going to be all pinky purpley. So that'll be all quite nice. My voice is gone because it's early in the morning. So please excuse that if it starts to crack or anything like that, or I sound like a 14-year-old. So yeah, let's get on with the look. Okay, so we're starting off with Preppy, and I'm taking that on a MAC 224 brush, the fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to make sure my primer has set, and I'm going to add that into my crease. This is going to be my transition shade, but I don't want it like a warm brown, if that makes sense. Like I didn't want it to be like an orangey brown or anything like that, or like your standard transition shade. This one, because it's a mustardy, like a yellowy brown, it goes really, really well with the greens. Okay, so once that is on, we've got a nice blend going. I'm going to use the 340 from Inglot. This is a matte, very, very deep green, like a tealy green. And I'm taking that just on a little blend brush. I don't know what this brush is. It's a really old, really cheap brush, but I just have ears. I'm just going to pop this on the outer corner, bringing it into the crease. And just start slowly fading that up into the transition shade. It will kind of start to merge together and they'll create like a khaki green, which is pretty cool. I'm just bringing that onto my lid a little bit, just like I'd say a quarter of the way across. We're going to go back in with the Preppy shade, a little bit of it on the brush, and we're just going to buff that edge out. Because that dark green is so dark, it can be a little bit difficult to really get it to smoothly blend out. It takes a little bit of time. But just really go in there and really give it a good rub. Okay, so once we have our crease kind of done, now we can actually move into the palette. It feels like it's taking me ages to do that. So we're going to take the green first, and I'm going to take that on a little flat brush. I just washed my brushes last night and it really hurts my feelings to be using them right now because it took me so long to wash them last night that I kind of don't want to use them because I'll have to clean them again. It's really sad, but anyway, I have to. So we're going to go into the green on a flat brush. This is like a proper foiled eyeshadow. It's so nice. You can wet them if you'd like, but for me, I don't really feel like it's at all necessary. So just bring that out as far as the dark green, the matte green, and where it meets it, we're going to go and take a little bit more of that deep green and just tap over the edge, just where they meet. That'll blend. Okay, so we've got our green on. So now we're going to go into the like royal blue purpley shade here. And I'm going to take another flat brush. And you can tell it's really early in the morning. And we're going to take that on a flat brush. It's just an e.l.f. concealer brush, but it's really, really nice, like shader brush. I'm just going to pack that on. And pop that on the inner third of the eye. Okay, so our upper lashes are done. We're going to move on to the bottom. So this is going to be like the pinky purpley colours. The only colour I'm not going to use in the palette is this one on this side because I want to keep to these really bright ones here. So yeah, we're not going to use this guy. We're just going to use these two on the bottom, and then I'm going to use this on my inner corner. So it's just a really, really skinny little pointed brush, and I'm going to take the really, really, really bright purple in the centre. By the way, that purple and that blue together looks amazing. I didn't do it today, but I have done it before. It looks amazing. So we're going to take this on the outer half. Cleaning my brush off here, and I'm taking the same brush and we're going to go in with this top shade. This to me is like a fairy. That's it. It's just a fairy colour, like pink, and it's got a little bit of purpley iridescence, and it's really shiny, and it's like a fairy. That's going on my inner half of my lower lash line and overlapping that with the purple to get them to blend. They blend really easy together. Okay, so we're almost finished with the colours. We're going to go into our final colour, and it is this one here. So this is the like pinky one that has like a slightly green duochrome when it's on the eye. And that's going to be my inner corner highlight. Like I said, I like that this palette has inner corner highlights. The other ones don't really. Well, for me they don't anyway, not light enough for my skin. It's fine. Like I have a million eyeshadows that I can use to do that, but like if you're as pale as me and you only want these palettes for like travel and stuff like that, it doesn't really have an inner corner highlight, so I would invest in one just to have it. Unless you want to get this palette to go with whatever palette you wanted to get. Okay, so we're done with the eyes. Well, the colour on the eyes anyway. I'm going to do some liner. Oh, I've got some fluff on my nose. I'm going to do some liner. I'm going to do my mascara. I'm going to do my face pretty much and my lip off screen. And I'll be back to you in a few minutes. So on my face, I have it done now. I have used the NYX Taupe Blush, the original, because I have about a million of them because I stocked up when I heard it was being discontinued. I have that on as my contour. And then I've got this Catrice Light and Shade Contouring Blush. This is in the shade Rose Propose. And it looks like this. It's actually really, really, really nice texture. It's so nice. And on my highlight, I have got on the Catrice highlighter in Light Infusion. This is the Mineral High Glow or something like that it's called. So I've got that. Mine is broken. I have it sellotaped together. And then on my eyes, I actually use the eyeliner from Urban Decay in Uzi, U-Z-I. It's a gunmetal grey sort of shade. I just use that in my waterline. And the brushstroke liner from MAC as my wing liner. False lash mascara that I've been using for the past few months, so that's on my lashes. And on my lip, I just have, let me grab it, it's my handbag, I should have lipstick in Viva Glam 2. So it's a nice nude that still has a bit of colour. So yeah, that's what's on my face. Alright guys, this is the finished look using the Gemstone palette, and it's the final look of the series that I'm doing. I will be doing more like 2 looks or 3 looks, 1 palettes. But in this little series, this is my final palette, unless I buy the other 2 or they come out with more that I am interested in. But these are the ones I have, so this is the last one technically. I love this palette. I think it's really, really nice. I feel like it's one you do need other colours with. It's the only one that you need other shades with, bar highlighter shades for the other palettes. But I feel like all 4 palettes together and I'm sorted. That's all I need. If that's what I travel with, that's what I have travelled with, and it's what I'll continue to travel with because I feel like that is more than enough for me. I don't wear makeup every day when I'm away. It's only when I'm going out, and I feel like putting a bit of colour on, that's when I'll actually wear it. So yeah, I love this look. If you did like this series, then give me a big thumbs up below. Let me know if there's any other palettes you want me to do. I don't get all the palettes like as soon as they come out because I can't afford that. I don't get any PR or anything like that, so it's just what I can get. But if there is anything you'd be interested in, then let me know in the comments below. Hit subscribe, and like I said, give me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video guys. Bye!